Veras 4.5 just dropped, and we've come a very long way since Veras 4. Today, I want to show you what's new in Veras 4.5. Are you ready? Let's go. Once we have our model open up in Enscape, we're going to come across the top toolbar and load Veras. It's one click and it'll open it up for you. So first of all, we want to get started with the brand new Smart Selection feature. So to do that, we want to come across to the Edit tab. Then we hover over our Shape tool, or we can press the P button on our keyboard. And then we want to drop down and select either AI Select by category, object, material, by prompt. In this instance, I'm going to go by material and do its thing in the background, analyze the image so you can see it rendering down the bottom to automatically find materials. And if I start hovering over, it's going to pick these up pretty quickly. So if I hover over the garage, it picks up the garage. If I hover over all of the white plaster, it's going to pick that up. My windows, the garage down the bottom, and everything back in between. It does a relatively good job of picking up surfaces, or at least grouping things together. Like this background side area isn't overly important, so it can be grouped together. But whereas the main model is pretty particularly important, so we do want to group elements quite closely. After that, we can simply just select one of the materials. Let's select the road as an example. Go to our prompt, delete our prompt, and type in anything. Let's go real basic and just type photorealistic road and hit render. You'll see it highlights the road in that dark blue. Our selection tool is now turned off as we're waiting for that prompt to be actioned. Then the finished render comes into our gallery. We can have a quick look. You'll see that road with some tire marks in front. It's definitely a hell of a lot more realistic than it was before. Now, obviously that's a very, very basic selection. Let's try something a bit different. Let's go by material again. We can select all of the white material, and let's just change it to concrete facade, increase our resolution to maybe 2K, and render that out. Once it's rendered out, it's replaced that entire material. Even that slight section didn't pick up in the selection. It's learned that it needs to pick up all of that, and it's replaced it with a nice concrete material. Now, obviously they're very basic prompts, but it moves us on to the next major upgrade. Previously, we'd have our image galleries all to ourselves, and we'd have to export the images, share them with our friends through OneDrive, Dropbox, whatever we want to do, but we weren't actually able to do much with inside Veras. Now, we can go ahead, click on a couple images. If we want to select multiple, we can hold Command, and then you'll see a share link appears up top. So if we go to the drop down, we can import share or my shares. Easier way is just to click the share button to create a link. And anyone with a Veras account who opens this link can clone it into their own gallery. If I wanted to revoke the link, I can do that later in my toolbar, or I can just simply go ahead and share. That link's copied into an incognito browser. You'll see you do need a Veras account to actually see the images. Once you're in, those 5 images will be shared with you, and we can either dismiss or just straight up import them. For me, obviously, I can't clone my own images, but the process is relatively self-explanatory. Now I can go into that drop down link, go to my shares, it'll load those shares. I can copy the link, I can revoke it, so let's just revoke that link, and now nobody has access to those images anymore. If you're already in Veras and somebody shares the link with you, you can just go to import shares, paste your link, and it'll import the data straight away. Now the one downside here is, at least in my experimentation process, I can't select the videos that I've created to share. I can only select the images I've created to share. So that seems to be a technical item that they haven't figured out yet, but I'm sure we'll get video share any moment in a near update. Now, let's say you wanted this image, but you wanted to use it in a collage or a presentation set, and you didn't really need the background. You kind of just needed the main building form. Usually you take that to Photoshop. Now, you just come to the drop-down menu, go remove background, and hit remove background. It will do literally all of the rest for you. Once again, it drops that into our gallery, and we can see that image has cropped out our building. It's kept the building in the background, and it's entirely removed 90% of our background. So it's an incredibly useful feature if you're creating collages, presentation boards, or anything of the like. When you are rendering out custom images, sometimes you do want to put a reference image in. And if I click the plus image, we generally always start with our own reference image that we have to drag and drop in. Let's say we pick an image like this from Arc Daily that we like the look of. So we drag and drop that into our reference image. Now, 2 new features here are true, and we'll go through one of them at a time. The first one is if we have multiple reference images or we've got multiple uploads, then you'll see these new arrows appear, which allows us to scroll our reference images as if they were renders. It creates a history and a catalog of all of our uploads. So anything you've uploaded in this session will be retained here for future use. Now, I'll clarify in this session, once you close Veras and Enscape and boot it back up again, your reference images will disappear, so you're going to have to upload them again. But if you're working in one session, you're going to be able to toggle through them like you do with all your renders. We also have the new AI describe source image feature. So if we drop it into our source image, we can hover over, toggle the describe image button, which basically is going to form the basis of our prompt. If we want it medium, long, or short, let's just go medium for now and go describe. And it just generates the image, shows a modern house situated in the middle of a lush green field surrounded by trees and plants. The sky is visible in the background, creating a peaceful atmosphere. Now, that probably isn't enough for me, so let's break it out into long. Then we can copy our prompt, change that back to Enscape, get our style reference, paste our prompt in, and then we can render out our scene. Then if we go to our gallery and look at our project, you'll see it's done a pretty good job of replicating that entire style whilst keeping our form and our structure. It's gone ahead and added a few extra bits like the stone walls, but we're giving AI some freedom here. Last feature, but definitely not least, is an improvement into our hand sketching. So up the top toolbar, you have your little brush for freehand, which we can increase our line weights, we can change our colors, and then we can simply draw. So if we wanted to circle a window, point an arrow, circle a fence, we can do all that with a freehand sketch. Alternatively, if we wanted to be very, very specific about our lines, we can draw a perfect straight line, click once to start it, click again to finish, or we can even use a curved line. So if we were trying to replicate that curve there, emphasize it in for whatever reason, maybe we were trying to articulate that we want it to be an even greater arc than it is now, then we can just adapt with our line work. When we're finished, we press escape, and then we can click on them again to delete them or hit the delete button. Finally, to close out, you probably didn't realize, but each of these images rendered out significantly quicker than my last Veras video. And that's not a major update that they talk about, but it's definitely one that I've noticed, so I thought I'd share that with you all, so that you can test it out and let me know down in the comments below. Anyway, that's all from me, team. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, and like always, I'll see you next week.